You want to know where AI is really headed? Well, you could ask the experts, or you could just ask the AIs themselves. And get this, the report we're digging into today was actually co-authored by the very AIs it's talking about. How's that for a meta experiment?
So that begs the question, right? What in the world do these AIs predict for their own future? Well, the answer they gave us, it all boils down to a massive, high-stakes global race, one with some pretty profound consequences for every single one of us.
All right, first things first. Let's get the lay of the land, because you've got to understand, this isn't just about some cool new app on your phone. Oh no, this is a full-blown geopolitical competition, a race to see who will define the next era of economic and, frankly, political power.
And let's be real, right now, it's basically a two-horse race. The United States and China, between them, absolutely dominate the field, controlling a staggering 85% of the entire global AI market. And that kind of concentration of power? It's setting off some serious alarm bells, especially over in Europe.
Now, Europe's answer to this is a hot Parisian startup called Mistral AI, which was just valued at almost 6 billion euros. It's become the symbol of Europe's big push for what they're calling sovereign AI. Basically, they want their own champion, a way to break free from depending on American and Chinese tech. But here's the catch. Before anyone can win this thing, they all have to solve the exact same fundamental problems with AI as it exists today.
So let's just take a breath and do a quick reality check. Because for all the hype, all the headlines, today's AI has some serious limitations. And every single one of these global players is desperately trying to be the first to crack them. And a huge piece of this puzzle is something called Moravec's paradox. It's this wild idea that perfectly explains the problem. Think about it like this. An AI can smoke a graduate-level physics exam, but it can't reliably pick up a glass of water without crushing it. It just doesn't have any real-world common sense. And that's exactly why we don't have truly self-driving cars or robots folding our laundry just yet.
And hey, don't just take it from me. Two of the godfathers of modern AI, Yann LeCun and Geoffrey Hinton, are actually some of its biggest critics right now. They say that the large language models we're all using are, and I'm quoting here, very stupid, they just have a beautiful command of language. They see all this progress as just minor improvements, not the real revolution.
So here's the bottom line. Today's AI doesn't get the physical world. It has no real memory, and it can't truly reason or plan. Plus, it is crazy expensive to run. And despite all the noise, almost nobody is really using it yet. We're talking about 1% active adoption. That's about where the internet was back in 1998. Solving these problems, that's the real prize everyone is after.
So that brings us to the main event. How are the big players actually trying to win? Each of these tech titans has a totally unique strategy for breaking through these limits and building the Holy Grail, artificial general intelligence, or AGI. You know, an AI that can think, reason, and learn just like a human.
First up, OpenAI. They are not messing around. Sam Altman's vision is to literally create the brain of the world. A single, all-powerful AGI that's smarter than humans at, well, everything. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. It's about as ambitious as it gets.
And how are they going to do it? With an almost unimaginable pile of cash. Their plan to build the supercomputer powerful enough for this, Project Stargate, it has a reported price tag of $500 billion. That, apparently, is the cost of building the brain of the world.
Now, Google's DeepMind, they're playing a different game. Their bet is that the key isn't just about making language models bigger. It's about building world models, AI that actually understands physical reality. They're developing new ways, like this architecture called JIPA, to teach AI common sense. So it's not just spitting back text, it's actually reasoning about the world.
Then you've got Meta. Their vision is way more personal. They want to create a personal superintelligence for every single person on the planet. And their secret weapon? Open source. They're making their models public to attract the best and brightest minds, basically giving them the keys to their supercomputers to build the future together. It's a clever way to win the talent war.
And of course, you can't talk about this race without talking about Elon Musk's master plan. It is a wild ride that connects all of his companies. Step 1, build an AI, Grok, that thinks from the laws of physics. Step 2, Put it in every Tesla and on Telegram. Step 3, unleash billions of his Optimus robots to do all the physical work. The final goal? An era of abundance so great that we'll need universal high income. It's a total reimagining of society.
So when you look at all this, the whole race is really boiling down to two totally different philosophies. You've got the closed, secretive approach from companies like OpenAI, who want to build the one system to rule them all. And then you have the open source camp, like Meta and Mistral, who want to give the tools to everyone. This battle between open and closed is going to decide who actually controls and who profits from this incredible technology.
But in a race this fast and this expensive, what happens if you're not in it at all? What happens if you get left in the dust? Well, if you look at Russia, you get a pretty stark picture of what the consequences look like.
I mean, just follow the money. It tells you everything you need to know. Russia's biggest bank, Sberbank, is planning to invest around $5 billion. Meanwhile, Amazon, by itself, is investing $100 billion. That's a 20-to-1 difference. That's not a gap, that's a chasm. And you can see this gap in the real world too. If you think about industrial robots as sort of AI with arms and legs, the picture becomes crystal clear. Russia's density of robots is almost 10 times lower than the world average, and it's not even in the same universe as the leader, South Korea. It points to a really deep, structural problem with automation.
So why is this happening? Well, it's pretty much a perfect storm. Sanctions mean no access to the NVIDIA chips you absolutely need to train AI. Their own chip making is decades behind. They've had a massive brain drain of over 100,000 tech specialists, and there's basically no venture capital. The source material we reviewed suggests this gap, it might actually be irreversible at this point.
Okay, so let's zoom out. We've talked about the race, the players, the winners, the losers, but what happens when we finally cross the finish line? No matter who wins, what does the arrival of this kind of advanced AI actually mean for our jobs, our lives, and our future?
And get this isn't some distant sci-fi dream. The top experts in the world, the ones who built this stuff, they're all predicting some form of AGI within the next 5 to 15 years. We're talking about the next decade, maybe a bit more. This is right on the horizon.
And the very next giant leap is expected as soon as 2025. We're moving from chatbots that you talk to proactive AI agents. Imagine an autonomous program on your computer that doesn't just answer your questions, but can actually plan, take action, and complete complex tasks for you. We're talking about automating entire workflows and entire jobs.
And the fallout from that, it's going to be profound. We could see the rise of the economy of one person, where a tiny team can do what it takes a massive corporation to do today. That probably means a mass extinction event for entry-level white-collar jobs, which makes something like universal basic income a very serious political conversation. It's a whole new industrial revolution where knowing how to use AI isn't a bonus. It's a mandatory basic skill for survival.
Which leaves us with the one crucial, maybe trillion-dollar question that hangs over all of this. Is this race going to lead us to that era of abundance that people like Musk dream about? Or is it going to create mass unemployment and a level of inequality we've just never seen before? The honest answer is, nobody knows. And that answer is being written right now by the outcome of this race.